me.
All right.
But not according to that clock.
Marty? I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, roll call.
Commissioner Dunstan.
Here.
Commissioner Heedy.
Here.
Commissioner Padilla is absent at the moment. Vice Chair Mercado.
Here.
Chair Reif.
Present. Okay. Joe's on here, so no reading of the agenda. Presentations? Don't worry, I make that joke when he is here. So, presentations none. Can I have your motion to approve the minutes? Brian, I think you need to abstain.
I'll move to approve the minutes of the regular planning commission of April 7th.
Okay, Brian.
second it.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
And Brian recognizes his abstention. I don't have any public.
No public comment, though.
I know. All right, no public comments, consent calendar none, continuing public hearings none. All right, let's talk about the community ID signs. Who, is it our famous spelunker in Scotland, Irma?
No.
It's Mark?
It's me. Sorry. You get me today. Honorable chair and members of the commission. The City Council and Planning Commission directed staff to research and modify the community ID signs to ensure that we do not trigger the Outdoor Advertising Act, and we've attached the city attorney memo that you've seen at your other meetings regarding that. Or commercial advertising on the sign, so it is only for the promotion of non-profit events. No commercial advertising is permitted. No digital, so we put that specifically in so we don't go through that process again. And that's basically the changes. Nancy Emerson from We Watch suggested that instead of all lighting shall be directed downward, that all lighting shall be fully shielded instead of directed downward. So I would suggest we can make that change. That's basically the same, and it gives a little more flexibility of keeping it dark. But the commercial entity is not on the sign. Does that also trigger the act? And again, that's no. As long as it is just the event and there's no reference to the sponsor on the sign, there is no problem. So staff recommends that the Planning Commission consider adoption of Resolution 1603, modifying the community ID regulations with the one change with the fully shielded instead of direct.
No, I think we're good.
Okay. Okay, if there's no staff comments, we'll move to the public hearing, and our lone Peggy will beseech us with her continued sell of trying to put a static thing on the highway. Right, Peggy? Am I far off?
Well, that's true. Good evening, Chair.
Good evening, Peggy.
And commissioners and staff. Yes, well, I'm always for that, going across what Caltrans has to welcome Buellton. I think it's just a classier way than a billboard.
Oh, hold on, we have a technical malfunction.
Okay, good. Anyways, yes, I'm for across the over-ramp or the freeway overpass with a sign saying Buellton.
Right.
It's better looking and better serves us. But for this tonight, I had just a few different suggestions for you. Under 5, which is primary copy of the sign shall be, the copy of the sign shall be the identification of Buellton to freeway travelers and for promotion of nonprofit events. I would ask that you add to nonprofit events held in Buellton. Since it is our Buellton identification sign, I would like to see that added.
So you don't think we should potentially promote events across the valley?
No, it's Buellton's identification sign, and I just think I think it should be to Buellton's benefit of having our nonprofit events showcased there. I mean, that's just my personal belief, and
Doesn't
I mean it's saying
coming
identification.
from you, that doesn't seem very neighborly.
Well, there's other ways of doing it. I think there's another sign that's coming across 246, I believe, that's being worked on by the chamber. and that's going to span across 246
Oh,
at
okay.
some point. I mean, there's my stance on that is basically any advertising on the sign is kind of not really important, and I mentioned that before. People look at Facebook, they tweet, they get all kinds of other ways of finding places they want to go to, events they want to go to. So I don't think we really need to advertise anything, but a nonprofit is fine, and I still believe it should be a nonprofit for a Buellton event. Just
Okay.
my personal belief.
That's fair.
And then I agree with Nancy. I was going to say to dark sky standards. But if she feels that that's what she suggested, I'm for the fully shielded as well. And then number 7, the sign shall be for nonprofit person sponsor. Okay, sorry guys here. The sign shall be for nonprofit purposes, sponsored by the city of Buellton and/or the chamber. And I believe that the other billboard is not, the chamber takes care of it. It's not sponsored by them. It's really a city billboard that they take care of and manage. And
No, I think they
That's
fund it.
incorrect. That is their
They-
billboard, not a city billboard.
They own that.
they own that billboard?
Yes, they do.
They own it
Ah, okay. They own that billboard.
and maintain it.
And I know they maintain it.
Yeah, this is the issue. Apparently, it's going to go away. Remember all that drama that Kathy brought up? Were you here for that?
Yeah, for the one that's
On
fallen
the
down.
north end. The south one's going to
The
stay.
south.
Whichever. Yeah.
Yeah.
One of them's leaving.
Yeah. Well, that one's not in the city boundaries. Is that correct? It's
Yes,
in the
but-
county?
No, it's in the city.
Oh, it's in the city, okay. So the city, the chamber owns and operates that one. And so what happens if, so the chamber would, I guess I'm kind of jumping ahead, because whoever advertises Buellton, whether it's a chamber or another group or whatever, the chamber would always maintain that billboard.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Well,
Are you problematic?
yeah, well, I'm thinking down the line, I mean, if the chamber ends up, right now the chamber is our advertiser and promotes Buellton. We pay them to do that.
Yeah, correct.
But if that should change at any time, is that going to be a problem?
Well, we may have to fix.
So
Obviously,
then-
they wouldn't fund the.
Right.
I guess
that's
what are you concerned about? That if we no longer fund the chamber, then you're concerned that they may go off independently on their
Well, they still
unilaterally with their design on the sign.
Yeah, I didn't realize that they owned that already owned, and I knew they maintained that south billboard, but.
Well, I think it's fair to say that no matter what happens with the chamber, that they're going to have to, assuming it's the City of Buellton Chamber Visitors Bureau, I would assume there's going to be a strong affiliation to Buellton in any regard.
Oh, yeah.
Well, so I can't imagine a concern of unilateral control over the billboard sign being a...
And just to clarify, the billboard sign on the south is not part of this particular ordinance, so everybody's
Right.
aware. That's
No, I think she's just making reference.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's it, basically. It's
Okay.
they're minor, but, I thought those 3 points were relevant, and appreciate your thoughts on that. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks,
And
Peg.
the reason that we didn't put just held in Buellton for the nonprofit events, People Helping People is based in Solvang, but they provide services to Buellton, Santa Ynez, and Solvang, and they may have an event that Buellton's part of, but it may be held outside the city limits. So if you put in held in Buellton, you would preclude them for participating on that particular sign. So that's
Yeah,
one
we
of the
can-
reasons.
The language could be a little tough to.
All right, well, hold on,
Finalize.
if we could let's table that item for discussion. I just have a quick question for staff where I think we should discuss that point that Peggy made up, because I wasn't thinking of that. But on the number 7 comment, so just to be clear though, it says shall be sponsored by, and down below, the reason we got clarity for nonprofit a nonprofit entity and / event could sponsor a new facing to the billboard. And I'm not sure that item 7 provides clarity in that regard. So let's say a nonprofit A wants to hold an event in Buellton, and everyone agrees that that's cool, if you will, cool with the big air quotes, right? They would sponsor the new, the new nylon, whatever the heck goes on the facade of the billboard, and they would be sponsoring that. I think item 7 would preclude their sponsorship if they're not. They would be giving money to the. They would be giving money to the chamber.
Right. The chamber or the city are the one running the community ID sign, not the community event. The community event would either come to the city or the chamber to get their sign up onto the sign.
I'm tracking, but you see what I'm saying. So the nonprofit entity for the nonprofit event could give money to the chamber, and that's included in Title VII explicitly or intuitively?
Sponsored, not what's on the sign. The sign itself is either, it can't be a nonprofit entity coming in, it has to be the chamber or the city that's putting up the sign and being the monitor of
You're
the
the
sign.
pro. If you say it's kosher, I will take your word for it.
It's kosher.
Okay. Okay, well, let's quickly discuss 5. I don't know. I'm a voter for the language as is, but
So I think it's value-add, because, I mean, if people are stopping, we get hotel guests, hopefully, when some other things open up, we'll have people who want to stop at a restaurant. They can still go to Solvang to see an event. I think we want to leave it open, value-wide. I'm
for leaving it like it is.
Yeah.
okay. Sorry. At least we discussed it. It's a good topic. Okay. Well then, any more comments? Okay.
Public hearing closed.
Oh, yeah, thank you. Close public hearing. We have no comments. I'll make a motion to approve resolution number 16 TACO 3. Wait for the reading. Roll call vote.
I'll second.
Oh, roll call vote. Sorry.
Okay, Chair Rife,
Aye.
Commissioner Dunstan,
Aye.
Vice Chair Mercado,
Aye.
Commissioner Heady.
Aye.
Okay.
And that included the fully shielded.
right.
Yeah.
Yes,
okay.
That's written in here.
No, it isn't. I
Oh,
absolutely
it's
put it in there.
directed downward. Oh, she wants to add
Just make sure the motion maker and the second are okay with that wording.
Yep.
Okay?
Yes,
All right.
Yeah, we're okay with that.
absolutely.
I thought she wanted.
You said it directed downward, the fully shielded. That's the only difference.
Oh, to specify either fully shielded. Okay, I didn't read the whole thing. Okay, got it. Sorry. Well, we don't want to be half shielded or quarter shielded. We need the full shield. Okay. All right, yeah. So where were we? Oh, if it's none, communication none. Any have any planning any comments?
None.
Okay. Marcus, bring it.
Yes, sir. We will have the latest project update sheet out to you hopefully tomorrow. But I'll give you the soft opening for Tractor Supply is Saturday, and you should all have gotten an invitation with for tomorrow night's VAP from 5 to 8.
I didn't get any of that.
I didn't get that.
Negative.
It's in your box.
Oh, is
They
it?
don't check their box.
Check the box.
You need to bring their box.
It's a written invitation?
People do things.
Okay, so it's obviously.
Well, don't you're going to mail it to me?
Email it.
Okay.
Email it to you.
You'll
Yeah.
email it to me.
Yeah,
From
so you're
5
all-
to 8 there?
5 to 8 at Tractor Supply, and you get $25 off if you spend $25 or more,
If we're there.
if you're there. If
I
not,
need a tractor, so.
yeah.
Sweet. All right. Well, we'll talk more about that in a minute. Okay.
So Valley Vineyard, the apartments will be at your next meeting for your preliminary review. That's the
That's
apartments.
Carrie's?
Yeah, Carrie's behind there. Commons project should be submitted next
You got to
month.
stop with the names. Oh, Commons. Okay.
The Commons, the wine and restaurant and public
yeah,
market
okay.
and Buellton architecture type of thing.
Can I ask a question on that? Because I want to
Yes.
talk to him. Okay. So, I don't know. We had that, what do I call it? Industrial retro, I think is what I called it. Did they Buelltonize the industrial retro?
We've asked that they do. We met with them this afternoon, their team, and we
Okay.
indicated that.
Yeah,
How do they go?
They got it. No, they
Okay.
get it.
I didn't get any rolled eyes.
No, no.
Who is that crazy schmo? And okay.
No,
Okay.
They seem to take very intuitive about what they, what they wanted, and what we asked for, and so I think that was.
They got it. So
Okay, good.
I think you'll be pleased.
Like I said, anything they make to add to that project's bonus.
Yeah.
Where's the Commons again?
You missed this, but
That's the one between Hampton Inn and Firestone where they're having
You
the
missed
public
the bit.
market and
Okay.
those types
No,
of
I remember,
things.
okay.
I think the whole reason you joined this place, you missed it, essentially. Just so we're
The
clear.
Habit and Chipotle building got their building permit, and the Habit turned in their tenant improvement plans, and Chipotle's already in for processing. So
Great.
that'll be the next building going up. A couple pizza parlors are tentatively, including Pyology.
Interesting.
Is
the same
gonna
one.
be in
Never
one of the
heard it.
spaces.
There's another one.
Yeah, it's an offshoot of Me and Ed's called Blast 820
Oh,
or something.
okay.
Anyway,
Just
so
so we
there's
need
a couple
another
more of
pizza
those.
joint.
Yeah, I know. So that's basically it, and the rest of the
What about the Cocos?
still haven't seen
Baker
anything.
Street.
Still haven't come in.
Square.
Still haven't seen anything come in on that.
No room or anything.
No.
What about the bowling alley settling?
That's still in the works. We haven't heard back from Carol, the property owner, what she wants to do yet. So the lawsuit's still moving forward. The attorneys are talking, and that's
So we're not sure if she's going to move or stay.
not sure. Yeah, none of that at this
Okay.
point. And the wall is being completed at Crossroads along the residential portion. So from the commercial to the north, the eastern wall is under construction as we speak, and Vice Chair Mercado can attest to that.
Oh, that's
So-
right, that wall, yeah.
So that'll be done, so hopefully the
So they've been
residents...
operating that Starbucks drive-through without the wall?
No, wall's been there, the commercial, but the residential portion.
Residential to the senior, so from the back
Yeah.
end going
So we're
forward.
getting all of that in, so hopefully all the residents will be fully secure finally with...
When's
with
what's the name of that? What's the name of the residential development over there? What's the name of it?
Vineyard Village?
Yeah,
Vin- No.
No, the
Yeah,
Kevel was the townhomes?
yeah. Vineyard Village.
Oh, when are they going vertical?
They're already
They are.
up.
They got,
they
they
going
got
Two up,
they got two buildings are going up right
I
now.
haven't
so,
remember there. Okay.
in the middle.
Wow. Okay.
And we have an update that the park should
just gonna ask.
start construction. They're going to do some rough grading or fine grading, and in June, start putting in the landscaping and the hardscape.
And what about what's up with that senior project?
We're going to meet with them in May to go over their status and what they're doing. They're still moving forward, but they're going to give us a full update. Gavin, for the townhomes, is working with them to put in their portion of the wall, so the entire wall will be taken care of.
Should we
At
do
one
that
time.
if the,
Yeah, we have to have the eastern wall we want complete.
no matter what moves in there?
Yes, we
What
need
happens if the senior project falls out?
we still will have a wall there. We still need a wall. You can't have the gap with the residences there on the east.
Yeah, but we've designed, okay.
Well, the wall's going to be the same look to the north. It's got to be the same design wall and the same
Yeah, but
height.
there may be a different easement or a hole or something like that.
No, there's
No,
PG&E still has a 10-foot easement,
No, it's,
and then the setback from that
We
easement.
need- we want the
I
wall
mean
in.
easement for the walkthrough, like if they're going to be some cohesive walking for the project.
but it won't go through that particular the
It'll be on
wall
the
area.
townhouse side, on the other side.
Okay, I understand now.
That's going to be sealed to protect the residences. So we
So
don't
that-
want a gap there.
That wall's static no matter what. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Trying to think if there's anything else going on. I can't think of anything else.
Tilton's, if you looked, is going up very,
Going up
very
fast.
quickly.
It's all metal, too. It's
Yeah,
interesting.
I know. It's going to be.
Do you know if they're expanding their workforce?
I don't know if they're expanding their workforce at this point. I think they're just going to move their operations into there, and
Okay.
they may at some point.
Yeah.
But this just gives them more modern facility to work on their parts.
Right.
Yeah, they're consolidating, because apparently they've had other locations that they've been using as well, too. So they're moving everything into the new
Oh, good.
building.
Okay, any other questions for Mark?
Nothing.
620.